Hi guys, welcome back to World of Tanks, and yes, it's summer in the mountains, and yeah, an awful joke, but yeah, I'm really, really scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but both of these replays are on Mountain Pass Summer variant, so I decided to come up with a very crap and cheesy joke for the title. Anyway, it's a tier 8 matchup. I'm in my IS-3. I do like the IS-3. I think the Russian heavies, they are good tanks. They're also very newbie friendly tanks, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. They're a very good heavy tank line to go down for beginners, because you can make a mistake in them and not get completely punished for it. Best way to describe them, probably, in my opinion, easy to learn, hard to master. Is probably the best way I can describe it. We saw those pair of idiots at the beginning there, just shoving each other around, which is really going to help the team win, isn't it? But anyway, I had a quick look over to the road that runs along the north to the east there to make sure we had enough people going that way to cover it, and well, I think we seemed to. And I was going to carry on round, but then I saw the only person covering the bridge was this light tank. And, you know, no matter how good he is, he's not going to be able to hold a position like this on his own. And I've been having a bad day up to this point, and not just on World of Tanks, just a bad day in general. So I was feeling quite fed up by now, and just thought, do you know what, sod it, I'm going to be completely aggressive, push straight across the bridge, and if I die, I die. If it works, well, good, basically. So, like I said, I decided to go straight across, take a Nashorn by surprise, and knock off nearly 2/3 of his health. You see, I mean, obviously, people who are familiar with this game and this level, quite often people will take up a position either side of this bridge and just sit there trading shots. So pushing across as aggressively as this quite often takes people by surprise, like that Nashorn. And, you know, I thought hopefully my team will follow me instead of just sitting at the other end of the bridge watching me die and then sit trading shots with whatever's here. And they didn't. They actually followed me through. That sounded quite wrong. Followed through. Well, anyway, they followed my initiative and joined me in an aggressive push across the bridge, and it's basically allowed us to get straight across the bridge. We're not held up there just trading shots with enemies and, you know, missing and bouncing, and we're already across here and worrying the flanks of the enemy tanks. So it's, you know, so far so good. It's working. AT-15A's dealt with. I've got a Tiger on my left. Spin it around to go face on, which is something that you have to get used to when you first get to the IS. It's quite counterintuitive with that pike nose on the front. Every tank up to this you've had to angle to get the most out of your armour, apart from the IS-3 and other pike nose vehicles that follow it, where you have to keep it more straight on, otherwise you flatten out one side of your pike nose and it makes your armour less effective. Managed to get one through the bottom plate of the Tiger then, damage his engine. I do like the German vehicles for that. I think nearly all of them you can damage the engine going through the lower plate. And somebody finishes him off. So that's him dealt with, so it now allows us to carry on pushing round and deal with whatever's around here. Now you'll see here, I don't wait for this to aim, and I'm actually quite impatient at this point still. I was a bit wound up still. But I started to just take a breath, calm down, wait for the shot, otherwise you'll just keep missing. Somebody finished off the IS. But we can now push right round there on that western side, around the one line, and basically come up behind those that are holding up our guys there and get them in a pincer movement, and then all of us can then carry on right round to the enemy base, or even further round if those guys on that eastern side around D8 need any help there. But yeah, I decided to do something different because I was a bit annoyed, and it's paid off, which is always nice. And like I say, those guys behind me, instead of just waiting at the other side of the bridge for me to die, actually followed my initiative and came with me, and we're having a pretty good game because of it. Which is always nice when you can do something like that, I think. Especially when your team back you up, because so often they'll just watch you die and then try and do exactly what you just did. That was nice. That was a high roll there on that ELC, finishing him off in one shot. Cheeky little French bastard. He managed to knock out my driver. Right, finish off the T29, which is taking the pressure off those guys on that corner. So spin it around. We've got a heavy and a couple of tank destroyers left. Let's see if we can get around there in time to do anything about it. But yeah, like I was saying so many times, that you'll do something or you'll try something hoping that your teammates will follow your initiative and sort of follow with what you're doing, and they will sit there, they will watch you die, and then they will try and do exactly what you just did. And you just want to put your headset on and scream down it at them, you know, what the hell are you doing? Why didn't you just back me up, you shit? And that's the only way to describe it, really. The utter sheer frustration when something like that happens. And you know, I'm not blowing my own, horn here. It's like I say, I was annoyed. I tried to do something different, tried to do something very aggressive, and it worked. There's been countless times where I've done something different or tried to do something particularly aggressive, and it's not worked. And I've completely gone balls up, and I've ended the match in a pretty mediocre score, to be honest. But yeah, this time it's worked, so I'm happy. And I've not tried it again yet. I've not been in a position actually to try it again. Oh, pop around the corner. We've got Jagdpanther and AT-15. And that would have been a risky shot on the Jagdpanther because of the lousy gun depression on the IS-3. So level round at him. Manages to get one through my front, but I get one in return and do a lot more damage to him than he did to me. And I think I was going for the ram there actually. Still feeling quite aggressive at this point. Put one into the back of the AT-15. I was actually trying to track him, but I didn't lead it enough. And there's a hole in the armour just around the gun, beyond the gun shield, and that was what I was trying to aim for there, but I cocked it up. Ooh, and he's knocked my driver out again and nearly killed me. Thank you, teammates. That was a very, very close one at the end there. But yeah, like I was saying, I've not really been in a position to try it again, but I think next time I'm in the north, in a heavy and I'm top tier, I'm going to try that play again. Nice daily double, not too bad. High caliber, Hand of God. Second class mastery, a little bit disappointed with that, but hey-oh, you know, you can't have everything. Oh, I've got 25% extra credits for that one. So yeah, the XP was all me, which is nice. And top of the table with a high caliber. Yeah, I'll take that. That put me in a better mood then for the rest of the day, and I started having some better matches, to be honest. And like I say, we've got another one coming up for you on Mountain Pass Summit, and it's the T54 Lightweight. Oh, and I think I forgot to go down the stats of the IS-3. I normally just give a quick rundown for people who are new to the game. 225 penetration on the BL9, 390 because it's 122mm, which is quite standard. 249 on the front of the turret, 110 on the hull. And I normally do that, but I just forgot this time. Anyway, tier 10 match this time in my T54 Lightweight, which I do like. Mountain Pass Summit again, hence the crappy title at the beginning of the video. And when I loved the LTTB, I really did. I do like the light tanks. I've not tried the Bulldog yet. I know, stop shouting at me. It's sacrilege. I'm getting round to it, but I hated the T37, and I'm going to just convert a bit of XP to finish off what I need from it. I've just not got round to it yet. But when I first moved up to the T54 Lightweight from the LTTB, I struggled with it. You know, I don't mind admitting that I really did struggle, and I did absolute crap in it most of the time. And it just took me, it took me a few matches to figure it out, and I've pretty much got it figured out now. I play it, well, I think I'm playing it right, but I was trying to play it too much like a light tank. I don't know if too much like a light tank. It's hard to find the words really. I don't know if I was trying to play it too much like a light tank or probably too much like a medium, to be honest, I think. But I've figured out now, adjusted my playstyle for it, and I'm having much better games in it. And again, this was a nice game, and it's on Mountain Pass Summer. And started in the north again, And like I say, if I'd have been a top tier heavy, I would have tried that aggressive push across the bridge again. But I'm in a light tank, so I've come to one of the few places I know for a little bit of spotting. Starts at the north, which is just behind these rocks, because if you're tall enough, you can stay behind them and shoot through the little dip in the middle of them. Managed to get one into the rear of that STA-1. Oh, you've just got to watch out for them sneaking around on your flank there. Managed to get one into the RU-251 though. And yeah, I'm spotted. Sixth sensor's going off. I'm in cover from them across the valley, so I'm safe here like that. And I can just shoot through this gap. And yeah, I'm spotted. I'm on the radar. And I'm hitting him. And I just couldn't quite figure this guy out at the time. You know, there's got to be his little... Maybe if he's not got sixth sense, but at least there's that little thing saying, you know, enemies are looking right at me. And, you know, I'm shooting him. There's that as well. But when he's about dead, he's finally had enough and he moves on. So I go back to what I was doing before, back up a little bit, see if I can get shots in at those guys across there. But the Object 416 and whatever else is across there seem to have them pretty much pinned down. The RU-251's done. Oh, and there's an Object 140. I'm not going to get through his turret, and I don't want to take a hit from him particularly. But again, I'm spotted, and he's not making too... No, he's not really paying any attention. Now, that T110E5 that I took a shot at earlier, and I think I bounced off the side of his turret. Well, he's now popped up, and he's just round the corner over here. And I'm pretty sure he's on his own. I didn't see anything else get across there. And I've got coated optics on this. I've got this fully upgraded now, by the way. 175 pen, 250 damage on the 100mm. So I'm going to make a push. Oh crap. Yeah, they really could have done without that. I was going to try and make a push around him, get a shot into his flank and try and distract him, and hopefully our teammates will follow the lead and basically come round and finish him off and deal with him. So I managed to get one into his flank after taking a hit, get behind this rock. I can see them coming in on the radar. Bang, bing, bang, bosh, gone. Right, so that one worked. Again, it was just one of those things where the team followed your lead and actually, you know, went through with it, didn't leave you to die. They came round, as you know, I caused the distraction. He turned his turret, and while he was on me, he gave them his flank, and they just came and finished him off. And I think another reason why I've chosen these two replays, and I never really thought about it this way, and I don't know why, is that it does show that teamwork can happen in random battles. Ooh, managed to get one into the T28, into the side of him on the move. Go for another one to finish him off. There's another tank destroyer there, got to be careful, and it bounces. Crap, stop. Yeah, I didn't realise that Rheinmetall Borsig was that close. Oh, try and keep myself a little bit behind him. Go to angle. I can take a hit from him though. And there we go. Just reloading time and set him on fire. Lovely. That was fortunate. But yeah, just again, like I say, it shows that teamwork does happen in random battles, because I hear a lot of people moaning about the fact that, you know, a lot of the time they get in teams that do not help at all. But both of these replays have shown that sometimes complete strangers, they will just back you up and follow your lead. A nice hit on the GW Tiger. He's still going to be there. Yes, he is. That's the artillery done. And again, we're down to one tank and a couple of tank destroyers, which are making a push in our base. Everybody else is going back to base to protect it, so I'll swing it around, and hopefully I'm going to be fast enough to drop down in this valley, take a right under the bridge, and come around that long way into the flanks of those tank destroyers. But yeah, like I say, in the IS-3 one, I made an aggressive push across the bridge, and instead of just sitting there and watching me get destroyed, they came across with me, and we made the aggressive push together, and it really worked. It worked out quite well. And again, just there, that T110E5 could have held them up for a long time on that position. It's very strong frontally, that tank. And, you know, I was on full health. I could take a hit, and if he hadn't tracked me, I'd have kept my speed up and possibly got round him without actually taking a hit. I mean, I was lucky to get tracked and not to actually just take the full force of that. But I managed to get round him, put a shot into his flank. He turned to deal with me, and as my teammates saw what I was doing, they pushed round as well and just slammed him into his flank, and that was him done. Of course, it doesn't always work that way. So many times I've tried a manoeuvre like that to, you know, distract somebody, and they've, like I say, just sat and watched me get killed. Finish off with a first class mastery. A lot of XP. I must have got some from a couple of ops there. Yeah, 250 from that one. 50% extra from that one. So yeah, 2,304 damage myself, 1,297 assisted, so not bad. And I think I did block some as well there. And came top of the board. Tier 8 light tank in a tier 10 match. That's pretty nice actually, coming top of the board like that. So yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I had 2 bouncers. Alright, anyway. There you go. As always, I hope that's given you a little bit more faith in your teammates for the future to try something different. And if you, well, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you've seen. And as always, take care out there, and I will catch you next time. See you later.